Ben, what are your thoughts? Certainly Dominic Perrottet was on the defensive for most of the debate, but he has the runs on the board, doesn't he, when it comes to infrastructure and economic management?
Absolutely. He's got a record that he should actually feel very comfortable talking about. The infrastructure build in New South Wales is the envy of every other state in Australia. And yet I think he probably missed a few opportunities to score a more direct hit on Minns on those issues. In the end, I think he got there, but I think the first sort of 20 minutes or so, Minns was a bit more. In fact, I think at the start, Minns is almost like a Demtel salesman. Like he was actually too amped up. Yeah. But after a while, he actually got into a good patter.
A rhythm.
Yeah, he did. But I thought also he was just, as you say, higher energy, just sort of up for it. And Dom, I think, took a lot longer to really get cracking. He did in the end, but by that time, perhaps the damage was done.
Yeah, I think in cricketing terms, you could say that Chris Minns was on the front foot more often and Dom Perrottet on the back foot. Let's just have a look at a couple of clips from the debate.
But I think the best thing we could do for the long-term future of cost of living in New South Wales is stop the madness of privatisation. Because privatisation, directly in relation to ports, directly in relation to energy and toll roads, has meant you pay more.
Yes, well, that was Dominic Perrottet. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear him, but he was spruiking his Super Savers scheme for kids. And this is my point, Ben, is that there's a lot of election giveaways here from a Liberal government. There's not a lot of talk about restraint here. In fact, you're getting a bit more of that from Chris Minns. There's very little big policy difference between the two major parties. So when it comes to people casting their votes, Ben, who's that going to favour?
I'm not sure I agree with that. I think Perrottet's coming into this election with at least 4 landmark reforms. Probably hasn't been mentioned enough, but the land tax reform that he's brought about is monumental. It's a very big change in the way people can approach buying a home. The cashless pokies is another point of difference. It wasn't even mentioned here in Panthers. Maybe that's a good idea here. And then, of course, you've got as you said, the Super Saver, the future fund for kids.
Nested.
And then starting kids a year earlier. They are big reforms. You haven't seen a leader coming into an election with reforms of that nature, I reckon, in a generation in New South Wales. So I disagree on that. I guess what that comes down to is he hasn't communicated them.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks so much for your time, Ben and Julia. I appreciate it.